The Dark Souls 2 item description run continues as we explore the Lost Bastille, but in order to get there, we must make our way through Heide's Tower of Flame and No Man's Warf. This video is going to be absolutely packed with bosses and item descriptions, so I hope you're ready to learn a few things about the world of Dark Souls 2. If you're just tuning in for the first time, you're in luck, because the previous video I made has over 100 item descriptions, so be sure to check that out as well. And may I add, that only includes Forest of Fallen Giants, so it's needless to say there's a lot of items in this game. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep up with this series and my other gaming series, like the video and subscribe. If you still find yourself wanting more, check out my members only content. With all that out of the way, let's get to the video. Please enjoy. Let's open these up. Probably have our next items here. Human effigy, we already read that. And a dull ember, that is new. Okay, so the dull ember says, an ember radiating a dull light. This flame seems nearly exhausted, but exhibits an eerie resilience. Perhaps this is its ordinary state? Let's go down here and get into some trouble. And trust me, we're about to get into some trouble. So we're gonna get in a fight here. Hey buddy, good to see you again. Should be a pretty easy fight for us. If you don't know, I'm going for a Pyromancer build. So that's why I have the Flame Longsword right now. We got a lot of damage on him. We're doing some work. Damage-wise, it's going quite well. And these guys are just really easy. Yeah. I remember those guys used to give me a lot of trouble, but these days, not so much. Twinkling Titanite. Now, have we read that? Twinkling Titanite, a form of Titanite with special power. Reinforce equipment that cannot normally be reinforced up to +5. What cosmic event could have created such a powerful class of Titanite? Covetous Silver Serpent Ring. A silver ring depicting the snake, both the servant and manifestation of the god of greed, Xandro. Greed is traditionally viewed as a vice, but only a fool allows that to ruin a good opportunity. This guy might be a problem. No, never mind. He's pretty simple. Oh, okay. Me versus the wall. And he's gone. Lingering Flame. How about that? I'm pretty sure that is not a guaranteed drop. Let's read it though. Lingering Flame, one of the pyromancies devised by Strade, the great mage of ancient Olifis. I don't know if it's Strade or Stride. We're rolling with Strade. Release a static fireball that explodes when foes draw near. Strade was an oddly gifted mage, well versed in both sorceries and pyromancies, but his curious temperament never allowed him to settle down in one place for very long. You know, this game does a great job of making you wish you could just see the way things were. Of course, that's how you feel about Dark Souls 1 as well, but I would say this game does an even better job of that. And some of you may be aware of this character. Except I need to deal with this feller. Get out of my face. There we go. Okay, I feel oddly powerful with this weapon. I've ran this weapon before, and my stats aren't anything special. Here's my stats. Yeah, I don't really have anything crazy going on with the stats right now, so I'm just like, huh. Interesting. Let's open this. Antiquated key. This key is very old, but in very good condition, such that it should still function. Only, what lock does this key fit? That's a great question, because honestly I don't remember. But we'll figure it out.
What is it? I don't know you, and you don't know me. Things are better that way. You are an odd one. Normally, people keep a safe distance when they see this mask. But you... I'm called Lucatil. From the land of Mira to the far east, across the mountains. They say Drang Lake brims with powerful souls. And so I came to claim my share. But what a strange place. Even the rumors did not prepare me. You are an odd one indeed. I've always made a point of avoiding people. while you've made a point of engaging me. I can see that you are mid-journey. If you require assistance, I will help you. I come from Mira, a land of knights. My sword is always ready. Don't hesitate to call upon me. Whatever happens, I won't be missed.
Trying to keep him away from that barrel. There we go. He just reminds me of a Scooby-Doo villain. I don't know why. Uh-oh. Well, I'm glad I got that out of the way. Interesting. I guess I didn't realize that I get invaded here. Nice. That's taken care of. Now let's deal with the trash. Interesting. What's the deal, buddy? You don't want to fight me there? What is this behavior? I'm gonna bring him back here again. I wasn't even sure they'd even swing at me. Ooh, my roll was bad there. Alright, not great. That's okay, we're just gonna go over here. Alright, we've almost won. What is this behavior? I've never seen an NPC act like this. They just did not know what to think about me. Like, this guy's got the drip, he's got the mustache. I don't know if I want to fight him. He should have committed. Human effigy. Very nice. Very let's move on. Craftsman's hammer. An old smithing hammer. Looks like a typical hammer, but is in fact incredibly sturdy. Some say it was the hammer used long ago by a famed blacksmith of yore. And they are hinting at Andre of Astora. Uchi Katana. A katana of unknown origin, crafted with a peculiar yet refined technique. The finely sharpened blade of a katana slices with unmistakable smoothness, but should be wielded with caution, as its delicate constitution means it's easily worn. The Great Axe, a great axe wielded with both hands. This great axe, crafted with a gigantic, weighty blade, is designed to inflict heavy damage and requires inhuman strength to handle. Each swing of the great axe requires the full force of the body, leaving the wielder wide open. Mastering this weapon will require the most thorough training of both body and mind. Scythe, a scythe fitted with a large custom blade. Has an extended slashing reach when swung broadly, but beware. These attacks make the wielder very vulnerable. Longbow, a standard bow used by hunters. Equip arrows to use. Equip up to 2 types of arrows to give yourself immediate options in battle. Use arrows to hit enemies from afar to gain the upper hand by drawing first blood. Royal Kite Shield, a metal shield issued to knights. Nothing special about this shield, which is precisely why it is so easy to use and the likely reason for its popularity. People rarely agree over what constitutes quality, but the broad popularity of these shields proves that there are exceptions. Now we have iron great arrows. Standard great arrows made of iron. More effective than regular arrows, but considerably heavier. And we've read everything else. Nice, we're all caught up. Now I'm going to reinforce my weapon, which I could do at least once. We need one more large Titanite. I'm just going to buy one. Alright, now we need Titanite chunks. How do we already only need Titanite chunks? That's insane. Eventually, I want to get a poison stone and just have a poison weapon. Just for funsies. I should also pick up a few items along the way here. And one of the easiest bosses in the entire game. Like, not the easiest, but it's a pretty easy boss is coming up. The easiest boss, if you're a Dark Souls 2 fan, you probably... Well, actually, there's probably 2 different ones you could think of. Yeah. I don't know. If you're watching this, let me know which boss you think is the easiest boss in the game. I'm curious. I'm not going to say what mine is, but I'm curious if you're thinking of the one that I'm thinking of. Okay, we picked up a Crimson Parma. Crimson Parma, a standard wooden Parma. The fancy name and nifty paint are surely a merchant's effort to make this very ordinary shield more attractive. Broken Thief Sword, A broken straight sword, handled as a dagger due to its length. This inexpensive sword is terribly worn, but nevertheless a favorite amongst thieves. Wow, here we go. Wow, look at the tower. Hey, buddy. Wow, we just massacre his health bar. My god. Cracked blue eye orb. Online play item. Invade the world of the guilty. Can only be used by members of the Blue Sentinel's Covenant. Punish the guilty to strengthen the bond with your covenant. Also, I just want to shout out a comment I got from a viewer. They brought up what the Bone of Order was used for back in the day. And I just want to say I love comments like those. I love hearing, like, further insight from people who are, you know, knowledgeable about this game. So, I don't know if you're going to watch this video or you were just watching that one, but thank you very much for that. And I have a concussion, and now I have another concussion. Is that how that works? Can you have a concussion on a concussion? Old knight armor. Old, undated armor. How old could this nearly crumbling armor be? Has extremely low durability. Sometimes, just as a thing falls to pieces, it unleashes its last flash of great power. Old Knight Greatsword. An old, undated greatsword. Wielded by a warrior from a time so ancient that there exists no record of his endeavors. Has extremely low durability. Sometimes, just as the thing falls to pieces, it unleashes its last flash of great power. Yes, we know. Moving on. Now here's the little awkward part. This guy's sitting in front of a chest and we want the stuff in the chest. We'll deal with him in a second. Let's deal with Mr. Hammer Time over here, who just completely just ravaged me. There we go. Alright, now let's risk our life over an item. Whew. Oh my. He didn't drop anything. That was a little close. I didn't expect the burst damage. Ring of Binding, an unusual ring of unknown origin. Limits the wearer's HP reduction when hollow. Alas, this ring will not make you human. What is lost is not easily retrieved. Watch me die after all this talk. I won't. Look at that damage. Yeah, I might fall asleep during this fight. Is it even a brag to say I no-hit this fool? No, it's not. It's not a brag. Especially since my weapon is fairly upgraded. Alright, so we just got a soul. We're going to read that, but we're also going to go up here because we're going to meet a lovely woman. Everyone loves her. Everyone's good friends with her. I don't want to just throw her off of this tower right now. Or do I? I hate her face. Anyway, that's all you know, let's move on for now. We'll worry about that later. Let's read the soul. Dragon Rider's soul. Soul of a Dragon Rider, who faithfully served King Vendrick. Long ago, the Dragon Riders mounted worms and were feared on the battlefield for their unparalleled strength. Use a Dragon Rider soul to acquire numerous souls or to create something of great worth. We have more items to read from this harlot, or I mean, this lovely lady. Alright, so we have the Ring of Prayer. A ring blessed by the High Priest of Volgan. Increases faith. The clerics of the great city of Volgan are perennially entrenched in scandalous power struggles, but among them remain a few strong-willed, upstanding noblemen. So Med Heal, or Medium Heal, not sure, says, superior spell to heal, restores HP. The strength of miracles are influenced by one's faith. Miracles are tales of the gods passed down long ago, but only a small number of the original tomes remain in their entirety, and most that exist are restorations. Great Heal Excerpt. A highly advanced miracle, an excerpt from the Great Heal Tome, greatly restores HP. Its effect is the same as Great Heal, but has limited uses. The erudite Great Heal Tome requires extensive training to properly interpret, making it accessible to only a select few. Replenishment. An intermediate miracle. gradually restores HP. Replenishment. An intermediate miracle. Gradually restores HP. This miracle is used by the resolute Lindelt cleric knights when fighting on the front lines. There is a story passed down through generations claiming this band of knights once felled a poisonous dragon which menaced an entire nation. Now we have Resplendent Life. A great miracle used by highly ranked clerics. Slowly restores a large amount of HP. I don't know how to say this name, but we're going for it. Cleric Forsale of Lindelt was a master of miracles who fought battles across the lands. His allies called him a holy knight, but his enemies feared him for his demonic powers. Caressing Prayer. An elementary miracle for clerics. Purifies the body, removing all poisons. Affects both the caster and nearby allies. This spell was recently developed and may not be an authentic miracle. Now we have the Force. Just Force, but had to go for the Force. An elementary miracle. Releases a shockwave that staggers foes. Pushes nearby foes back but leaves them unhurt. Does not directly cause damage but can be highly effective with a little ingenuity. Lightning Spear. A miracle that launches a spear of lightning. Said to be the legacy of an ancient clan whose leader was revered as the god of sun. The name of the clan has been lost to time, but the gross incandescence of our magnificent father shall never wane. Now we have Homeward. A miracle that returns its caster to the last bonfire rested at. Traditionally, its destination was the caster's homeland. The curse slowly erodes one's memory, until even one's birthplace is reduced to a figment of a clouded past. But the bonfires are constant, a beacon for the tragically afflicted. Now we have Guidance. A miracle created to help those who have lost their ways. Reveals more messages from other worlds. Countless worlds loosely overlap, and at the seams of contact, kindred souls who have lost their way call out to one another with fleeting messages of hope. Monastery Charm. A blessed charm. Cures poison and restores HP. Many such charms were blessed in reconstructed ancient ceremonies, carried out in the monastery of Lindelt, now known as the new home of miracles. Though it may lack the power of an original, in circumstances dire enough, an imitation can be quite enough. Dark Troches. Troches with an inexplicably pungent odor. Temporarily boosts dark defense. Verbal histories often mention Saint Elizabeth. Her uniquely concocted medicines and potions are still widely used today. Old Knight Halberd. An undated halberd. Twilight Herb. A gray herb that grows hidden among the rocky surfaces of tall mountains. Restores the number of spell uses. There is no end to the scores of people who risk life and limb to forage for this valuable herb, which led to a banning of its harvest in some regions. Now we have Sublime Bone Dust. Charred Ashen Bones. Cast them into the far fire in Majula to increase the HP restored with each use of your flask. They say these are the remains of a saint who cast himself into the bonfire, but we will never know for sure, for soot and ashes tell no story. Our next item will be the 150th item. That's kind of wild. Checking the water. Some things lie in wait. There's one. Oh, I couldn't lock on. There we are. Isn't this a fun creature? Everybody loves those, am I right? I'm not right. Oh, God. I'm not gonna lie, the eyes of the basilisk there scared me. See if I can get a good look at this creature. Okay, you could kind of see it there. See those big O eyeballs? Those aren't eyeballs. Or maybe they are, but the real eyeballs are down below it. That's way more weird looking than you think it is if you don't really give it a good look. Alright. We have a bonfire. I gotta get a torch. I like to light this area up. Okay, on the move. I think if I die a couple more times I'll use an effigy, but I'm just trying to stack them. Why not? Not that it matters, because effigies are, like, not really that hard to come by after a while. Oh, Mr. Hawkeye. I'm gonna kill them all. Hey, whoa, hey, hey, hey. Very rude. And he's done for. Okay, okay. There's a guy over here just chilling, thinking I don't see him. Ouch. Just gonna get this guy because he's pissing me off. Then we'll take care of Mr. Oh, buddy. Goodbye. You should have took your chance while you had it. Dark pine resin. Hexed pine resin. Applies dark flame to right-hand weapon. The affected weapon inflicts dark damage for a short time. Particularly effective against enemies that fear dark, such as clerics and magical creatures. Come down, foul criminal, and prepare to die. You alright, my friend? He kind of looks like, I don't know, there's that YouTuber who does shorts. He goes on like Omegle and stuff. He's got that same haircut. I don't remember his name. What are you doing? Get out of the way! Don't hurt him! Oh, you could die so fast to these guys, that's right. Ooh, I was so close to doing a little sneaky maneuver. Oh, this is a bad spot. Drink this. Honestly, I don't know if they know how to get to me here. They're above, aren't they? Hey, buddy! Let's go! What is happening? Ooh, that was close. We almost lost a true soldier today. Be careful! Get back! They're good old these guys. I hate these creatures. They're just annoying. Tattered cloth hood. Hood favored by pyromancers? It appears tattered, but in fact its fabric is reinforced with pyromancy. Magic is no show. It is an art that allows mere mortals to glimpse into the very fabric of what is and may be. Emit force. A miracle derived from force. Emits a forward-moving shockwave. Throughout history, there have been many examples of imitative miracles. When discerning original from imitator is nigh on impossible, which is which hardly matters. Let's move forward, right, McGee? Named him McGee. I don't know why. It's kind of a dumb name. Doesn't matter. That's his name. No, I didn't mean to do that. Longsword, nice. Usually they bust through the wall. Yeah, and by usually I mean they absolutely did bust through the wall. Get out of my way. See, they're not scared. And I'm bleeding. There's so much to explore. It's a little while. I'm gonna knock this guy off. Get out of here. Never mind. That did not happen. Sea bow. A bow built for seafaring marine warriors. Has an extended range for hunting down sea monsters from afar. A great sea lies to the north of Drang Lake, and beyond that is an unexplored continent that is home to things inhuman. Got rid of him. Screw those creatures. Whoa, be more scared. There we go. Yeah, this part right here is a little dangerous. There's like assassins. Get out of here. Somewhere here there's an assassin type guy. There he is. The original Darwill. I'm kidding. They're not really that similar. Come here, buddy. Whoa, I didn't mean like start attacking me. There we go. We're cruising. Oh, I almost attacked him. Don't scare me like that, buddy. Fools. I think there's poison in these. I mean, this wall looks pretty... Yeah, there we go. Just picking everything up before I read. Fading Soul, I don't think I've had one of those. First up we have Flame Butterfly. Bottle filled with dried red butterflies. Stimulation of these rare butterflies creates a small flame, allowing torches to be lit on the go. These butterflies exude secretions which ignite upon exposure to air, protecting them from natural predators. Known and loved as handy fire lighters, but feared as the catalysts of disastrous fires when found in swarms. I don't think I read Fading Souls, so I'll read it. Fading Soul, the fading soul of a lost undead who has gone hollow and still. Varangian Shield, small Varangian shield engraved with a strange pattern. A former king launched a campaign to capture these terrors of the high seas, but rather than imprison them, forced them into hard labor at no man's wharf. Royal Soldier's Ring, a ring bearing a soldier's seal, increases the load that can be carried. These rings were granted to warriors who distinguished themselves in the service of King Vendrick. The king favored simple warriors who staked their every battle on strength alone. Get out of my way. You're gonna have to move. I won't kill him. Can I open the door the other way? No. Okay. Okay, I don't have to kill him. Oh, thank God. These guys are getting bodied. Okay, I see how it's gonna be. Will the dogs come in here? Hopefully not. I want to get rid of these dogs. They don't seem too interested in dealing with me. Okay, Brigand Hood and the Bandit Axe. We got a lot to read. Let's just read. First up, we have the Varangian Sword. Straight sword wielded by Varangians and engraved with a skull. So the next part talks about how the king took these terrors of the high sea and brought them to no man's wharf to do hard labor. But then they add something at the bottom here. The king, racked with fear and suspicion, began to see the progenitor of the curse in anything and everything. During his reign, sorcerers in particular suffered dreadful persecution. Bandit Axe. An axe of the bandits of the Ferosan outskirts, very sturdily built for the armament of a bandit. When Ferosa fell to war, its citizens were left landless and entirely to their own devices. Many were reduced to thievery, while Ferosa knights scattered to other lands as sellswords. Brigand Armor. Armor donned by looting brigands. This armor may appear shoddy, but is in fact a very functional piece of work, its materials meticulously crafted together. Varangian Cuffs. Cuffs worn by Varangians that terrorize nearby sea. The coastline stretches far in northern Drang Lake. Beyond this northern sea is an unexplored continent, said to be the home of things inhuman.
Gavlan Wheel, Gavlan Deal.
So he has the Ring of Giants. The beloved ring of the gallant shieldless Lothian, formerly of Ferosa. Increases poise. Lothian or Lothian. I think Lothian sounds better. Lothian was born a peasant and died a general. His determination and diligence were unmatched, especially on the battlefield, where he earned his name by choosing to fight without a shield. Poison Arrow. Arrows imbued with poison, tipped with rotten pine resin. Poisoned foes slowly lose HP over time. Poison Throwing Knife. A throwing knife. Intended to poison the target more than inflict direct damage. This simple weapon is easily utilized, but has limited range and deals little damage. However, if the knife can cause poison, the target will take damage for some time. Now we have Rotten Pine Resin. This rotten pine resin has gone poisonous. Applies poison to right-hand weapon. Poisoned foes slowly lose HP over time. Silver Talisman. A tiny charm embedded with imitative magic. Used to transform into something to blend in. Use this talisman to hide from invaders. Only provides the most superficial camouflage, but sometimes that is enough to do the trick. Greatsword. A straight sword with a very long blade. One of few ultra great swords. No human was intended to wield a sword of this weight or destructiveness. Only a few famed warriors have ever wielded this great blade, for it challenges the very limits of human ability. Oh, look at this guy. I'm sure he'll be excited to see me.
I sense power.
So first we have the clear bluestone ring, a ring that belonged to Fiorenza, the only true moneyed merchant in Volgan. Shortened spellcasting time. Fiorenza used his riches to buy up trinkets of luxury and rare collectibles, but was ruined after years of excessive debauchery. Simpleton Spice, a spice exuding a peculiar aroma. A spell demands devotion from its caster, but using this spice makes a chosen spell attainable with one less intelligence. Will only work with assistance from a certain person. The spice does not raise one's intelligence, but only obfuscates the requirement. Heavy Soul Arrow. Advanced Soul Spell. Fires a devastating, thick soul arrow. But beware, the more powerful the soul arrow, the longer the casting time. Great heavy soul arrow. A spell superior to heavy soul arrow. Fires an even stronger soul arrow. Difficult to handle but very powerful. Only the well-trained can handle these arrows. Shockwave. Does not inflict damage but unleashes a large shockwave toppling opponents. Intended to stun opponents and make them vulnerable to attack. Some call this child's play, but for an innovative caster, it is a deadly tool. Soul Spear Barrage. Fires a flurry of soul spears. Inflicts high damage when multiple spears hit. A rework of an ancient spell concocted at the Melfian Magic Academy. A simple idea, but potentially highly effective. When used properly, of course. Magic Weapon. Sorcery that imbues weapons in other hand with magic. Adds magic damage to the types of damage the weapon already inflicts. Wielding a sword and casting a sorcery are two different things, and some members of the Melfian Magic Academy view these varieties of spells as impure. Yearn. Yearn creates a warm soul-like orb that serves as a decoy and lures foes towards itself. People regret loss and yearn for what they do not have. Perhaps the name of this sorcery harkens to this irony. Alright, so now that's all out of the way, we've pretty much done this entire level. Here's Lucatiel of Mira. Summon her. She can help us with the boss. And we can work on her quest. This boss is pretty simple. Nothing really to worry about with this one either. That's how a lot of the bosses are, but there are a few that are difficult, like legitimately. This ain't one of them. You could still die if you're not careful, but it's gonna be fine. Look at that damage. Pretty decent. Yep, see? We'll be through this boss in a jiffy. They're too busy attacking her. Okay. I'm just gonna swing away at him. Still not paying attention to me. Goodness. Okay, well, thank you for the help. Flexile Sentry Soul. We will read that here in a second, because there's more to get. Yeah, Pyromancy Flame and Fireball. Now we're in business. First up, we got the Flexile Sentry Soul. Flexile Sentry Soul, soul of the Flexile Sentry. The Flexile Sentry is a merciless creature whose purpose is to punish the undead. Use the special soul of the Flexile Sentry to acquire numerous souls, or to create something of great worth. Now we have Pyromancy Flame, a flame catalyst used by pyromancers. Pyromancers rouse this flame to produce various fire arts. Equip Pyromancy Flame to produce pyromancy. Attune pyromancies at a bonfire. The strength of a pyromancy depends on the strength of one's pyromancy flame, which can be improved through reinforcement. And then we have Fireball. Fireball, a standard spell for pyromancers, creates a fireball that is hurled at foes. To use pyromancies, equip a pyromancy flame to serve as the catalyst, and assign a pyromancy to an attunement slot. The power of a pyromancy is directly affected by the quality of the catalyst. We're out of here. Bye-bye. Now we need to go get the next bonfire, and we're back to the Lost Bastille. Scimitar, a small curved sword with a narrow blade. The rapid slashing of the lightweight scimitar hardly allows the victim to catch a breath. Has a sharp blade, but is rather ineffective against armor and hard skin. Yeah, see, that guy makes it a big problem. Oh, he's disappearing. I didn't even run away. Okay, so we'll have to respawn him. Get rid of these guys quickly. Just try and stay, like, I don't want him to run. He has more health, I think. Can't tell. But he seems to be taking a lot of swings. Ouch. Alright, he's done for. No running away this time, buddy. Thanks for the twinkling titanite. Maybe that'll be useful one day. Used antiquated key, so that's what it's for. Royal Greatsword. Greatsword of the Royal Swordsman. Its undulating blade draws blood from its foes. Despite the magnificence of this weapon, it was terribly inadequate in the war against the mighty giants. Wanderer Hood, a hood for the roving type. Light, sturdy leather made for long journeys. And the rest of it says the same thing. Now, watch out for the danger of this room. It's also dark as hell in here. I'm not going to use a torch though, because I just don't care. Parrying Dagger. Unlike standard weapons, this dagger is intended for parrying. Accomplishments are forever out of reach to those who constantly fear failure. A true warrior owns his body and mind and peers far beyond immediate hardship. Twin Blade. A twin blade fashioned from rare Guy steel, designed for high-ranking Drangleic knights, hence the decorative design. Guy steel equipment is of the finest make, but Guy steel is so rare that very few of these weapons were actually used in combat. Bone Staff. A staff crafted with animal bones, a catalyst for sorceries and hexes. Properly trained sorcerers receive their first staff from their master after reaching a certain level of accomplishment. Those without proper training must devise something of their own making. Wilted Dusk Herb. A wilted and faded stalk of dusk herb. Restores a great deal of spell uses. A dusk herb in bloom works wonders, but will wilt in the blink of an eye. Needless to say, finding such an herb is of the utmost difficulty. Through the little cage. What do we got here, Mr. Prisoner? Skeptic Spice. Skeptic Spice. A spice exuding a peculiar aroma. A spell demands devotion from its caster, but using this spice makes a chosen spell attainable with one less faith. Will only work with assistance from a certain person. The spice does not raise one's faith, but only obfuscates the requirement. So this is Strayed. Stride. We'll get him later. I don't know what the point of this barrel is, but I'm just going to push it down. Oh, it's so you can hurt yourself. Yes, there's a wall here. There are multiple walls here, believe it or not. There's another one. Green Blossom. That's because there's a good buddy of ours out here that we've been dearly missing. And here he is. Take that. Come on, don't be like that. Ooh, he got me there. Good for you, pal. Good for you. He's dead. Oh, I missed. Yay, missing. All right, he's gone. Take that, Twinkling Titanite. Give me that. That's mine now. Thank you very much. Royal Swordsman Helm. Helm of a Royal Swordsman. Its shape provides defense while allowing great mobility. Stripped of ornamentation, this particular helm is designed strictly for battle. King Vendrick supplied his bravest men with the best armor available to face the great giants, but very few returned alive. Bracing Knuckle Ring. Knuckle Ring worn by Roy the Explorer. Slows equipment degradation. Expensive, flashy gear will not always make life easier for you. Sometimes you just need your tried and true equipment to last the long haul. That's supposed to tell you that there's a boss. Like those gargoyles. There's like 2 bosses before we fight this final boss. So honestly, this part's pretty annoying. Even if you just take the boss out of the equation, this part's just annoying as hell. We just funnel him in. Okay, you hit me anyway. Hi, idiot. He's got a little blood in his mouth. Okay, let's go through here. Trust me, it's safe. What a stupid door. It's just troll. See, Dark Souls 2 loves stuff like that. That all of the Dark Souls have, but this game's like, we really like it. Aren't we cheeky and clever? If I could just hit this guy through here, that would be amazing. Let's head back and go the other way around so we can open the door. Come get some. Let's try out this. It's not wonderful. It's a ranged option though. It's not going to be very good anytime soon, but eventually casting will be pretty nice for us. All right, we have Felicia the Brave, which I would probably just recommend using over the other one, so I'm going to use her. I don't even know if I need to use one. Probably fine without, but I really don't want to redo this fight. This is one of my least favorite fights. It's just kind of annoying. It's like a DPS check. At least for the beginning, and then you'll end up fighting two at the same time anyway. Unless you just know how to do this fight perfectly well. Like, you can just, if you stay up here, you'll be in pretty good shape. But look how much damage we do, so... Even with another summon. Don't fall off. I need you up here. Just gonna spam. Gotta spam the DPS on him. Alright, one down. Now I'm just gonna wait. I am not going down there. It just gets really annoying. Okay, Felicia's up there. Or down there now. Go, you really are Felicia the Brave, aren't you? Kinda hoping the other one jumps to me, otherwise I'm gonna be fighting this battle on my own. Here they come. Never mind. Okay, I see how it's gonna be. Missions understood. Felicia's getting absolutely wrecked. Okay, these fireballs are nice. They are not paying any attention to me. I think I might have been better on my own. Yeah, I was way better on my own because she's almost dead. If I can get rid of this one, it won't be a big deal. Yeah, she can die and it won't be a problem. Because now I'll just... Yeah, I was better off on my own, 1000%. Do not do Beyblade stuff. That's all I ask. Oh well, we're gonna win for sure. Not an issue. This boss is actually fairly easy now that I'm actually playing against the fight. Now that I'm actually fighting it. Yeah, that was easy. I don't know what I was getting all worked up about. Or what I was worried about. Very easy fight. Okay, cool. Okay, Ruined Sentinel Soul. Soul of the Ruined Sentinel, a creation of the Jailer. The Ruined Sentinel has no corporeal form. It is only an empty soul that haunts the armor. Alright, now for the interesting part about this area. They decided to go crazy with the illusory walls. Like, completely nutso. We got Hush. Did I read Hush? Can't remember if I read it in this game or the first game. Hush, a sorcery that facilitates surreptitious activity, reduces the sound made by its caster. The eastern land of Mira is not only the home of proud knights, there is also a traditional order of shadow knights who quietly carry out unspeakable tasks. Now there are more walls. I can never remember exactly where they all are. Target shield. Small metal shield with protrusions. The protrusions on the center of the shield are designed to brush attacks aside and make parrying easier. We are doing very good. Wow, 2 walls just right there. See what I mean? This place is nuts. Of course, this one's like cheeky. This game was they like to be cheeky on this one. Surely that's the end, right? No more walls? Surely there's not another one. Surely by how I'm leading this, there's not going to be another one. These guys are trolls. I'm just going to try and bring them out here because they could destroy that box. No way. No! What asshole? Well, we get to read rubbish. Rubbish. A piece of rubbish that is good for nothing. One man's rubbish is another man's riches, for value is in the eye of the beholder. But utility is another matter, and this has none. Honestly don't know what was in there. Nice and dark. Ah, our good buddies here. Oh, he got me. Kinda rude. Wow, really? You're gonna try and stab me? Oh, didn't mean to do that, but you know what? It kind of worked out. Wow, that was rude. He might actually kill me there. Nope. No, he won't. I won't allow it. Whoa. Whoa, he did kill me. I will allow this. Wow, I actually died to one of those. It's my first death to the pursuer. Kinda rude. Kinda rude. Is the guy throwing me off my game now or what? Nah, we're chill. He's gonna back up. Never mind. And alright, we'll take it. That's one way to win the fight. The Caveman Club, large club. A large wooden club. Not an elegant weapon by any means, but a beastly thing with plenty of weight to easily break a shielded defense. And then Priest's Chime, a sacred chime granted to high-ranking clerics. A catalyst for miracles and hexes. Drang Lake was the home of many clerics, but King Vindrick held a lukewarm opinion of their powers and kept them only as attendants to ceremony. In this sense, Drang Lake was not the place for a cleric with any ambition. Ah, Patches's dream kingdom. You can go to hell. Look at all these corpses. My God. Hope you're ready, because I'm not. Let's do this. Let's hope it's a one and done. Yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, dude, I hate this fight. Look at that, dude. It's like a freaking orgy of gargoyles. Oh, boy. Oh, right out of range. I have fireballs left. There we go. Yeah, come get some. Never mind. I don't want you to get any. I was thinking maybe you just, like, stop being so gluttonous with the attacks. Alright, here's my chance to get a little hit in. Okay. Now for this guy. Alright, we've done it. I will say prematurely, because I'm pretty sure we've done it. Interesting that hit me. Alright, we did it. Woo! That fight's annoying. It's a very annoying fight. But it's an annoying fight that's over. Belfry Gargoyles' soul. Soul of a gargoyle of the Lost Bastille. The elaborate stone statues on the belfry mysteriously came to life. Yeah, well, I mysteriously hate it. Southern Ritual Band. One of the secret treasures restored in Aldia. Raises the number of spells you may attune. This modest-looking ring contains very powerful magic. To imagine what unspeakable deeds were performed to create such rings, one need only recall the cruel fate of the residents of Aldia. Dragon Tooth. A giant dragon tooth used as a great hammer. As solid as a boulder, this tooth is said to be taken from a dragon, but the truth of this claim is unclear. What is certain is that it bears some mystical power, and its wielder gains resistance to magic and fire. Bastille Key. Key to the cells of the Lost Bastille. Long ago, a Bastille lord, driven to desperation by the rapid spread of curse across the land, began to see each subject as a carrier of the blight and locked them away in droves. This entire Bastille was turned into a prison and left abandoned to rot with its prisoners. Now there's an NPC here named Craig. Shall we meet Craig? Yeah, what up, Craig? We're just gonna leave him be and let him sleep. Petrified Dragon Bone. A large petrified bone reinforces equipment made from special souls. Commonly called Dragon Bone, but the veracity of the name is questionable. In any case, this petrified bone houses great power. Lacerating Knife. A throwing knife. Its sharp blade is intended to cause bleeding rather than simply inflict damage. This simple weapon is easily utilized but has limited range and deals little damage. However, if the knife can cause bleeding, the target's max HP will be lowered. Blossom Kite Shield. A rare shield depicting a blossoming flower that soothes the weary heart of its bearer. What makes flowers beautiful, and why are we comforted when we gaze upon them? Sadly, the flower depicted on the shield went extinct long ago. Effect? Stamina Recovery. Now we also have the Northern Ritual Band. One of the secret treasures restored in Aldia increases spell uses, but at the cost of HP. And then the rest says the same thing as the Southern Ritual Band. Come on, Lucatiel. Let's finish this. Bleedstone. An altered state of Titanite. Used to make weapons lacerating, or to provide bleeding reduction to shields. Sorcerers at the Melfian Magic Academy once attempted to imbue Titanite with various elements, but are said to have failed. Someone must have succeeded, though. What else would explain this stone? Now we have the Fire Seed. A tiny waning flame, used to strengthen a pyromancy flame. A pyromancy flame serves as the catalyst for pyromancies and scales the strength of each spell according to its level. Fire is a common object of worship. It can never be grasped, and its mystery stokes the human imagination. Nice try. We can still see. All right, here we go. Still hit me. Nice. Try and take it easy. Gotta go help. Okay, it's going very well so far. Get my stamina back. It's definitely the fastest boss we've fought so far. Trying to keep her alive. She's already taken so much damage, but she should heal at some point. At least I hope. I dare you to attack me this entire time. Okay, never mind. I don't dare you. You've done it. I gotta get back real fast. Hopefully I get the attention now. I'm pretty sure we have it. She's doing a lot of damage to this boss. One thing I hate about this sword is its range kind of sucks. Please don't kill her. Okay, you're just gonna take care of it. Works for me. Alright, so that's 2. I can't remember. I might have to do like 3 fights with her for a quest, but that's 2 at the very least. All that racket. Soul of the Lost Sinner. Soul of the Lost Sinner, prisoner of Sinner's Rise. The Lost Sinner eternally punishes herself for the sins of her past. Use the special Soul of the Lost Sinner to acquire, blah blah blah. Okay. So there we go. Easy game. Kidding. That gets people's, that rustles people's jimmies when you say that kind of stuff. They can't take a joke. That's the Lost Bastille for you. Done and done. So in the next video, you know, I don't really know where we're going to go, but we are going to go get the Pyromancer and unpetrify her, and then maybe dabble some more in Pyromancy. But other than that, I'm going to keep it open. I'm not going to quite say exactly where I go. I'm sure some of you will be able to guess, because there's like a natural progression in this game. But we'll see. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. If you want to keep up, definitely subscribe, because there will be a part 3, part 4, blah, 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 until we've beaten the game. I'll also be doing Dark Souls 3 item description run, and probably, if Bloodborne continues to progress in its emulation, I'll probably be playing that, doing an item description run of that game because I love Bloodborne. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.